Driver Carrington gets dumped by Benami. The leaders are winding up here. Daytona. The big one is out. Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Dover, the Monster Mile for the Pro Street Stock Series, sponsored by Tri-E Coolers. We've got fast drivers, no fast repairs, and a 40% fuel allotment with only 3 sets of tires behind pit road. My name is James Eastbury. The action 1080p 60 frames a second as our drivers get lined up on the grid for this main event. Let's run it through and see who we got. We got James SoundCloud Silver starting on pole, number 17 machine. Michael Vandermeet starting second in the 84. Jacob Feskin in the 926 starts third. Blake the Little Weapon Win starting fourth. Travis Sukup starting fifth. Tyler McRae starting sixth on the grid here today. Then we've got Timothy Johnson, the 553 racing. He'll be starting seventh. Stephen Rex starting eighth in the 28. Matt Bear, a fill-in driver in the 420. He'll be starting ninth. And then John Friley will round out our 10-car grid in the 06 machine. Let's get ready for action, ladies and gentlemen, as we will be going 150 laps here at the very tricky Monster Mile. Going to be interesting to see how things go down for our drivers. We've seen some great racing, some great crashing, and some spectacular pit strategy here in the past. Here we go. The green flag flies, 150 laps. It's Silvers, Vandermeet, Feskin on the front row. Feskin moving up a spot on the inside line as it looks like Vandermeet's starting to fall back slightly here as he works his way around the outside. Vandermeet's going to find himself now in third, trying to get in line, but here comes Blake Wynn and the 007 machine slotting up forward as well. So now it's Silvers, Feskin, and Wynn, Vandermeet, Sukup, your top five. We've seen a lot of drivers in the past kind of take it easy and get in a groove and worry about their fuel strategy. Going to be interesting to see if that's the same case out here today or if somebody's going to maybe switch it up and do something different. As Silvers and Feskin running first and second are two teammates. Silvers in the 17, Feskin in the 926. But Blake, the Little Weapon Win in the 007. He is a fill-in driver for Fastlane Motorsports as team owner Jeff Edgar out of town, turning some real-life laps this week. Not seeing a ton of big movers so far, as it looks like everybody seems relatively happy, but keep an eye on Win in third, as he's the only driver on his team up here in this pack. You've got several different teams represented. You've got Cornerstone Motorsports. They've got Silvers and Feskin running out front. You've got Fastlane with Blake Wynn. He's running third with Matt Bear and John Friley on his team. You've also got the friends over at Droppin' Bombs Racing with Travis Sukup, Tyler McRae, Stephen Rex running 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then you've got East Action Sports fielding Timothy Johnson in the 553 machine. As you go on board with Feskin and riding 2/10 off his teammate's back bumper, that's Silvers in the foreground going into turn 3. Doesn't sound like too much fuel savings to be had here, as everybody's still putting down the pace, clicking off low 27-second lap times. About 27.5 is the field average here. As Silvers, Feskinen, and Wynn still running 1, 2, 3. It looks like Stephen Rex and Travis Sukup having a little bit of a battle. I believe that's going to be Rex making the move as Sukup's in the outside wall. Now 145 machine, allowing Tyler McRae as well as opponent Matt Baird to get the best of him on the inside line. And now Sukup will be down 4 spots from where he started. Another driver having a rough start tonight, Vandermeet, that 84 machine. Currently 4th on track, but he's down 2 positions from where he started. So this may be a race of attrition on who makes the least amount of mistakes. I saw somebody else tag the wall. I think that was Friley in the 06 machine. Yes, it was. Tag in that back right quarter panel just ahead of Travis Sukup in the 145. This 1 mile track, even in a slower machine such as the street stock, still can be a bit of a handful. As up front, looks like Wynn really looking for the inside line against Feskinen. 150 lap race though, usually planning on about a 2-stop strategy here tonight, possibly even a 3-stop. Expecting that fuel window to open up around lap 50 if the drivers can stretch it out that far. And here comes Rex looking at the inside line of Vandermeed. Vandermeed the 84, the black and purple with the bright yellow numbers. Loses the spot to Rex and the kind of usual dropping bombs paint scheme. Almost reminiscent of World War II planes with the painting on the side. As well as Tyler McRae is going to follow his teammate, number 28 machine Stephen Rex, up and around Vandermeed. As it looks like Rex is ready to start setting the pace here, and he's going to put the pressure on the young driver of the 007. Surprising to see just how loose the machines are getting out of the corners here. But most of the field still running single file. And here comes Rex looking up the inside line of when he will take over third place. And it will be now Dropping Bombs Racing challenging the two race leaders from Cornerstone Motorsports. As McRae has followed his teammate up as well. We're on board with Rex, who's been making some big moves here. He's up 5 positions. And oh, what was that? Veskinen may have gotten a little bit loose and maybe a little bit of attack from Rex there. The old chrome horn may be coming into play early tonight at Dover as the field dives into turn 2. A lot of very clean racing out here, but now Rex has worked his way all the way up into second. And he's going to put some heat on the SoundCloud. Silver's your race leader. McRae in the 99 machine, teammates with Rex. They're going to try and work in tandem to get back up there and take over the lead for their team. But it's still going to be Silver's the Cornerstone Motorsports driver, holding on for all he's got, knowing he does not have any allies except for Veskinen, who now finds himself in 4th. And here we go, dropping bombs with Stephen Rex and Tyler McRae going to start working the inside line. McRae pushing his longtime friend and teammate Rex up towards the front, as they are going to get clear of Silvers, and now it'll be Dropping Bombs leading this race on behalf of their team. Now it's kind of the norm here to run caution free. Let's see if that streak gets broken tonight at Dover. And hopefully our race control, world famous Joseph Penn, will have a nice, easy night here. Oh, McRae hard in the outside wall coming out of turn 4. He is definitely going to have some aero damage, and now Blake Wynn trying to charge back up and take over third place as Silver slots back to 4th. I think Cornerstone may be on a fuel strategy here now, as Veskin and Vandermeed are now running 7th and 8th, two teammates that were previously running out front. Silver's still holding on in 4th in that number 17 machine. Following Rex, McRae, and Wynn in front of him. Wynn, the fill-in driver in that 007 machine, has been mired in controversy since he joined, having a bit of a kerfuffle with some of the drivers in race control alike. So keep an eye on that 007. He knows he has to race clean out here to avoid earning the ire of race officials. And there is rumor that he will have to run a very special paint in the near future that has been handcrafted from our admin team. But right now, the 007 looking good, not having too many problems. And man, that 99 machine, I loving the paint that Dropping Bombs have been putting out this season. Those cars are always looking clean week in and week out. Disregarding a little bit of quarter panel damage that McRae has in that 99, but good to see these guys back out there. Some of the best racers you can find in the service, and the paint schemes keep getting better and better as well. As you were on board with McRae following his teammate Rex. The tires screaming in protest at this mile course. Ooh, McRae, that showed a great camera angle showing just how close McRae was to that outside wall. Getting the whole field kind of together here. Doesn't look like anybody's going to try and make any big moves 22 laps in of this 150 lap feature. I'm wondering if our drivers in fuel saving mode. Doesn't look like it with the lap times. Rex and McRae both with 27.4 is their last time by. Let's see what it updates to. Yeah, 27.4 and high 27.3. So they're only about a tenth off their fastest laps of the race. So I don't think we're in fuel saving mode. I think we're going to run this thing wide open as long as we can. Now that may change if we get any cautions tonight and as things develop. The field stacked up tight here still. Less than a second and a half separating first place to ninth out here today. I'm curious to see if Wynn's going to try and press the issue at all behind the two Dropping Bombs racing cars, or if he's going to take it easy and allow that 28 of Rex and the 99 of McRae to burn up a little bit more fuel than him. As that driver out front, in this case it'll be Steven Rex, will be using just a little bit more gas as he makes his way around, being the first car to punch through the air here at Dover. While everybody else tucks in tight on the slipstream. Right now, Rex, our current hard charger, he is up 7 positions from where he qualified. And getting a whole lot of laps led here today as well. Looks like Rex, McRae, and Wynn the top 3, getting a little bit of a gap built up from Silvers in 4th. Silvers has the support of Matt Bear just behind. Good to see Bear back out. He ran with us last season, but unable to full-time this season. As he fills in for one of the Fastlane Motorsports drivers. And that's interesting. Bear's paint scheme almost looks like it's set up like one of the next-gen NASCARs with that Ford 420 number almost on that, I mean, pretty much on that front fender. Right where it intersects with the wheel well. So, very interesting paint scheme. I don't think I've seen that one before. Up front, it's still Rex, McRae, and Wind. They have built up almost a half-second advantage over Silver, so might see two different packs starting to form up here over the course of the run. It'll be interesting to see how pit strategy really affects it for these guys. So you've got two different packs forming up. You've got Rex, McRae, Wynn, your top three, building up that half-second gap, and then you've got 4th through, I believe, 9th, all in a pack here as we pull up the live timing tower on the left side of your screen to show the current gaps. So it looks like Silver's Bear, Feskinen, Vandermeed, Friley, Sukup all run together. I say that, Silver's and Bear starting to get a two-car pack by themselves. It'll be interesting to see if Feskinen in the 926 can pull up and help out his teammate. Silver's it all here, or maybe you may see Feskinen and Vandermeed trying out a different fuel strategy for the team. We're going to pan the camera to McRae in the 99 machine, still following his teammate Rex. Rex 2/10 ahead of the 99. When is that fuel window going to open for these drivers? I'm going to imagine around lap 50, so they can make it a very tidy two-stop race. And still, these top three drivers just kind of taking it easy. And I'm surprised Silvers and Bear still linked up nose to file as well. They are so close to catching that lead pack. I'm almost wondering if they're hanging back ever so slightly and maybe enjoying the clean air a little bit more. It's been odd in the past. It seems like sometimes these two-car packs able to get a little bit more momentum than the 3, 4, 5-car packs. Maybe a little bit more trust between the two drivers, allowing them to get away with more, but the back pack has definitely fallen back. Feskinen is about 2.7 seconds back from Silvers and Bear. But that is one of those teams of Cornerstone Motorsports that's really been able to work things out as far as fuel strategy. on board with Silver, still running fourth on track. And really still doesn't sound like there's much fuel saving to be had. Silver's last time by was only 2/10 off his fastest lap of the race, but looks like out front some of the drivers getting out of formation and dropping bombs. It looks like they're going to come down pit road. McRae narrowly avoids getting to the back of his teammate Rex. Both drivers looks like they're able to get it slowed down and plenty of time to make that pit entry. So all of dropping bombs racing coming down pit road on lap 45, as right now you've got Rex, McRae, Sukup, and Johnson all in pit road while the top 6 drivers opt to stay out. Blake Wynn going to be left by himself there with no team support as he gets chased by Silvers. But no, I take that back. He's got Matt Bear in 3rd place as you go on board with Bear in the 420 machine. So he can see his teammate out front and knows that Wynn will know that help is coming. But now Wynn going to come down pit road. Now is the answer. Oh, hard on the brakes. Wynn and the 007 machine came screeching in. So now it'll be SoundCloud Silvers getting a lap led here today as Timothy Johnson makes his way out of pit road, as well as Sukup, McRae, and Rex. And looks like now it'll be Silver's turn to come down pit road, but look at that late entry from Matt Bear. Does he get a penalty there? As that was quite an aggressive entry. Feskinen and Vandermeer, who we talked about that may be on a different fuel strategy, they're they're still out on track. Gonna keep chugging along here. And still stretching it out. I wonder if they're going to try and make it that lap 50 mark. I wonder if all the other racers may have saw something different as far as fuel mileage goes. This is where a large portion of the field has to be careful. If a caution comes out, it's going to leave a whole lot of drivers a lap down. As Vandermeer and Feskinen come down pit road in tandem. Vandermeer out front, Feskinen in second. I believe that's going to put, I think Steven Rex is your race leader in that 28 machine. He's got about a second gap to his teammate and ally, Tyler McRae. And now Travis Sukup has joined the top 3, or will be joining the top 3 after this pit cycle, as they will make their way around Vandermeer and Feskinen, who are still in pit road. Now here's something interesting as well. Bear and Rex, McRae, and Sukup are on a different strategy here. They were only in their pit stall for about 33 seconds, while Bear, Wynn, and Silvers may have filled it to the brim with a minute pit stop each. And Feskinen has problems. He's jumped to pit road. Feskinen, who was in potential to bring home a win here today, has big problems. What on earth happened to Feskinen? As now Rex, McRae, Sukup officially your top 3. Rex has about a 1.3 second advantage over his 2 teammates, running nose to tail. Very interesting to see your top 3 drivers on different strategy. Half the total pit time is pretty much everyone else out on track here today. Ooh, this is going to be very interesting. We're going to see a pit stop race come into play here. Rex still leading comfortably with a 2-second margin. McRae and Sukup running nose to tail, 2 seconds back, the two teammates. Now it looks like Feskinen did get back out on track, but he will be several laps down after, I'm not sure if that was a disconnect issue or what that may have been, but very odd to see. So it'll be curious to see if we see Rex, McRae, and Sukup come in around lap 90 or maybe get on a different strategy once more. We're also going to pan the camera back. Blake Wynn and Matt Bear have linked up, two teammates that came in together relatively close. Wynn came in a lap 46, Bear came in a lap 48. Both drivers appear to have filled up all the way, or as much as they can with the 40% fuel allotment here in the Pro Street Stock Series. That is one two-car tango we have going on track, as well as McRae and Sukup that are linked up nose to tail. But your race leader, Steven Rex, keeps extending that gap, now 2.7 seconds ahead of the rest of the field here. Rex is in a groove and feeling great about it. Now I'm curious, maybe Rex and Sukup are on fuel strategy here. Because they're running consistently about 1 to 2 tenths slower than Rex, your race leader, each time by, and Rex will have traffic to contend with here shortly. I believe that maybe Silver's ahead of him in the number 17 machine. We'll have to take a closer look. Yes, Rex, who is on rails, is about to catch up to Silvers and lap his way up through 6th place here today. I am very interested to see the different strategies. You've got Rex, McRae, and Sukup all came in a lap 44 with short pit stops. But out of those three, Rex seems to be the only driver holding the loud pedal down and is fast lapping as quickly as he possibly can. So what is the strategy going to be here today? Rex, the sole driver on Dropping Bombs Racing, who's given it all she has. But these guys are very, very good as far as strategy goes. So they've got something for certain figured out, or at least planned, that they're willing to try. Now, the season opener, we saw some spectacular fuel races, with one team getting pushed to victory lane by a teammate as the leading car sputtered out of fuel. As McRae still hot lapping, having no problem there. Now it looks like Bear is starting to catch up to Win with a little bit of traffic in his way. I believe that may be Feskinen just ahead. No, that's Vandermeed in the 84 machine, who is a lap down from Bear here. Oh no, and around goes Vandermeed. Not sure if, I think he got loose there and a little bit of help from Bear, but no caution. He's going to keep that 84 machine rolling. As now, look at this, the strategy's shaping up. Sukup comes down pit road, maybe expecting a caution. Oh, this is interesting. This is extremely interesting. Travis Sukup dived down pit road, what I would imagine expecting a caution to come out, but not the case, so we're going to keep running it green. McRae is lost in his allies. McRae still runs second. Rex still holding the pedal down in first. Cannot believe there wasn't a caution. And now Steven Rex will come down pit road, so all of Dropping Bombs on pit road. Rex, McRae, and Sukup coming in to fill up. I'm wondering if they're going to try and, I don't know what the fuel strategy could be here. So I believe that's going to put Win and Bear out front. Very interesting night here at the Pro Series. So right now, hard charger is Matt Bear in the 420 machine. He may be eligible to pick up the Tri-E Cooler Cool Under Pressure reward. And now they'll be cutting through traffic once more. You're on board with your race leader, Blake Wynn. He's tracking down traffic here tonight at Dover. And looks to be able to navigate in the field nice and easy. Bear backs out slightly as they make their way around Timothy Johnson in the 553 machine. So now Wynn's going to be all up front by his lonesome. His teammate Matt Bear running second is 9/10 back. Then it's almost an 11-second gap back to Silvers and Friley running third and fourth. There's Bear in the 420, the bright green and black, running 9/10 behind his teammate. Now, if Wynn stays on strategy, that should put his next pit stop around the lap 90 mark. But like we saw with Vandermeet going for a wild ride, it just takes one little moment to throw everybody off their pit cycle. As that was extremely close, having to have a caution. Well done to Vandermeet though, having the forethought to get that car spent back around and pointed in a forward direction. And avoiding too much damage, all things considered. Cycle a little bit further back in the field. Feskinen trying to fight his way back up there and salvage his evening after what we think was a disconnect issue. He finds himself about a half-second back from Johnson in the 553. That'll be the battle for ninth. But all these drivers out here battling for points and just doing their best to make sure they can salvage. Now, they do have a couple of drop weeks this season. But nobody wants to use those unless they absolutely have to. And again, our hard charger currently out on track is Bear in that 420 machine. As let's pan the camera around slightly back to your race leader, Blake Wynn. He's pulled a 2-second margin over Bear. Bear last time by ran about 2/10 slower than your race leader, Blake Wynn. And we're expecting Wynn to come in the next 5 to 7 laps if he stays on pit cycle and maintains to form what he did early on tonight. But Wynn just holding the hammer down, still running 2/10 faster, extending that gap over Bear now to 2.6 seconds. I'm not sure what Bear's strategy is, but he is going as quickly as he possibly can as he's getting ready to pass McRae, who is a lap down in that 99 machine. Now the dropping bombs guys are on a different fuel strategy than Fastlane here today, as it was Rex, Sukup, and McRae came in early, a little bit early, and did a half pit stop, about a 30-second pit stop, while full fuel fill is about 56 seconds in these machines. So they may have taken that early stop to try and make the cycles just a little bit different so they can get some clean track, as Wynn's going to try and put another lap on McRae. And look at the traffic up ahead of Blake Wynn. That is Tyler McRae that he's pushing. The 99 machine is a lap down, but majority of the pack finds themselves just ahead of the race leader. Wynn is going to have to be careful here navigating traffic. He does not want to get tied up in somebody else's misfortune, as it looks like Wynn seems to be pretty content holding on to that back bumper of McRae and allowing that 99 machine to push the air on his behalf. McRae looks to pass Friley. Ooh, look at that pit entry by Blake Wynn. Absolutely throwing it in there, so he's maybe taking this opportunity to maybe have his final pit stop of the night, coming in just a lap shy, as he did come down pit road, I believe, 2 laps earlier than Bear, so Bear will be able to stretch it out slightly here in the 420 machine. Let's see if he comes down pit road this time by, as he makes his way onto the backstretch here at Dover. The Monster Mile has been exciting here today. Wynn fully in his pit stall. Looks like Bear is going to follow. Let's see if Silvers and Friley come down pit road as well. They came in last on 48, or lap 48 and lap 47. Looks like Friley's going to signal he's coming down pit road, or maybe throw a mean block on Silvers. Looks like Friley and Silver's going to stay out. Friley currently shown as a race leader, but he'll have to come down pit road here shortly. Now, we really haven't seen anybody stretch it over 50 laps here today on a fuel run, so it's going to be interesting to see if they come in now. That still shows them about 9 laps short. Wynn makes his way out of pit road after 55 seconds in his stall. Matt Bear is still in pit road. Timothy Johnson, he's going to come down and cycle in, grab some fuel, and get back out there, taking 4 fresh tires as he goes. Now it is Friley, Silvers, Vandermeer, your top 3, but all 3 of these drivers will need to come down pit road relatively soon, I would believe, as it looks like Friley looks like he may be getting set up. Yes, he is. Ooh, a dangerous pit entry from all of our drivers. And that will allow Silvers to get another lap led. The pole setter here today in that number 17 machine. Let's see when the race leader is going to signal to come down pit road. His last pit stop was on lap 48. Most drivers, except for Silvers and Vandermeed, have completed 2 pit cycles today. As, man, look at Bear coming out of pit road with those fresh tires, putting the hammer down. Bear came in on lap 90, so he's got some of the freshest tires out on course. And I think Silvers is in prime time fuel saving mode. He was almost 2 seconds slower than his fastest lap of the race, so he is babying that number 17 machine to make it to where he needs to be as far as pit stops go. Yeah, Silvers has crawled down to a snail's pace, a 30.23 his last time by. Now 3 seconds off of his fastest lap. Now he still has a 23-second margin, but that is closing quickly as he's going to come down pit road on lap 98. I would imagine his teammate Vandermeed will follow in that number 84 machine. And that should put Steven Rex as your race leader in the number 28. Rex, who had a lap 70 pit stop. Vandermeed also in fuel saving mode with a 28.6 his last time high, 1.4 off his fastest. And he will quickly have company from Steven Rex, the number 28 machine. Rex charging hard here, as Vandermeed should be coming down pit road in the next couple of laps. Here comes Rex on the outside line next to the black and purple 84 Vandermeed. Vandermeed with the very bright white wheels, making him easy to spot out on circuit as well. So now Rex will take over the race lead, running about 0.3 faster than Vandermeed their last time by, as Vandermeed is in fuel saving mode. Vandermeed getting ready to come down pit road as well. So now it's going to be Rex, Sukup, and McRae, your top 3. Rex having almost a 12-second gap over Sukup and a 17, almost it's called an 18-second gap over McRae in third. As McRae makes his way around Vandermeed on pit road. And Blake Wynn will move up to fourth. Wynn had that lap 89 pit stop. Gonna be interesting to see if any of these drivers can make it till the end. I don't think Rex will be able to. That'll be 80 laps he has to do on a tank of gas. We haven't seen many drivers stretch it much closer than 50 tonight. Blake Wynn makes his way around McRae to take over the third place spot. McRae will stay on the back bumper of the Little Weapon Wynn in the 007 machine, filling in for Jeff Edgar tonight. Now Wynn has relatively fresh tires. He came in a lap 89, a full 19 laps later than McRae was able to. but the Drop and Bombs racing team are on that alternative strategy. Still can't help but wonder if maybe Sukup coming down pit road on lap 68 was an anticipation of a caution. But these are the cards they are dealt with. Feskinen also on pit road for his final stop of the night. Still, unfortunately, several laps down after what we think was a disconnect issue. And look at that, McRae still staying relatively close to Wynn, but Wynn starting to stretch his legs with a 0.6 second advantage as the third and fourth place drivers make their way through traffic once more here. Rex comfortably out front with a 11.6 second advantage over Travis Sukup and a full 18 seconds over Wynn. As it looks like everybody inside the top five running almost identical lap times at this point. Everybody in that 27.3, 27.2 range, which is almost right on par with their fastest laps of the race. If you were on board with Blake Wynn, who was doing absolutely no fuel saving. Now Steven Rex, your race leader on lap 111. He's in pit road getting service for the final time tonight. This is going to allow Sukup a chance to maybe get a lap led as he came in a lap 68. Yes, Sukup will take over the race lead, and that's also going to allow Wynn, McRae, and Bear to make up some ground here. As we're on board with your race leader, Travis Sukup in the 145 machine. The top three has changed. Sukup, Wynn, McRae currently in podium contention. As the laps rapidly clicking off here. And look at that, Sukup's going to come down pit road. And Blake Wynn is going to inherit the race lead tonight at Dover on fuel strategy, making it happen. Let's see, so you've got Wynn. He came in last in lap 89, and he's chased by McRae, who came in on lap 70. And then third place, you've got Matt Bear. His last pit cycle was on 90. Now, I can't imagine that Wynn and Bear can stretch it out all the way to the end, as now McRae comes down pit road for what will be the final time. With 35 laps left, that would be an obscenely long pit stop or fuel window for Wynn to be able to stretch it out, but we've seen crazier things happen. As our calculations show, Wynn going to be about 14 laps short on fuel at the end. Ooh, as somebody tags the wall in front of your race leader. Who was that? That was, I believe, Feskin in the 926. As your race leader, Wynn, goes side by side with traffic, narrowly avoiding that outside wall there on the absolute limit. So now the big question of the night is how far can Wynn and Bear go on a tank of fuel? The two drivers that came in a lap 89 and 90. How far can they stretch it out here? Now they're showing 2 laps ahead of the majority of the field. As it doesn't appear that Wynn is in fuel saving mode, still clicking off 27.2s, 0.2 off his fastest laps of the race. And now Wynn looks like he was going to use McRae for a draft partner once more. McRae having none of it, hopping out of line. Hoping to keep Wynn burning up that fuel and maybe try and get some laps back, forcing the 007 to come down pit road early and get off cycle. Matt Bear comes down pit road. He came in last on lap 90. This is going to be intriguing. What happens out here today? What's the fuel strategy race going to come out to? And will it give Wynn enough time to get back out on track if he does have to come through pit road? Or is he just praying for a caution as he's the lone driver on the lead lap at this point? Because if we did get a caution, I still think it would be Rex would get the lucky dog, but he still wouldn't be on the lead lap. Ooh, Wynn may have tagged the outside wall there, but 25 laps left to go. He needs to keep his attention on what's ahead of him, as right now that will be traffic and a possible final pit stop. I am intrigued again. He came in a lap 89. We were showing him about 10 to 15 laps short. But if he's able to stretch off that fuel run, that could very well be a Christmas miracle. As he is in no way fuel saving out there. He is holding it down and letting the tires chirp. And man, Wynn just dicing through traffic there. That's Timothy Johnson on the inside line, and now he's got SoundCloud Silvers ahead of him. Silvers, your pole setter, currently running fourth and a lap down is, wow, Wynn muscling his way through the field here. He says, I've got to go and do so quickly. Fuel saving for that 007 completely out the window. Now Wynn still 2 laps ahead of his closest competitor, Steven Rex, who's running second, and Matt Baer, his teammate, who's running third. But with how long the pit stops are, will he have enough time? It would be extremely close for Baer to come down pit road, throw in enough fuel in the car, possibly, maybe 4 tires, more likely 2, and get back out there and still stay in front of the competition. He would need a less than 30-second pit stop to make that happen, I do believe. Closer to an 18 or 19-second pit stop. Now we expect, judging on the fuel windows we've seen from all the drivers, Baer will have to come in the next 4 to 5 laps to splash up on fuel and make it till the end. But he is running wide open in that fast lane and Tri-E Cooler's back 007 machine. We've also got a battle for fourth, very heated. And no, right as we say that, Blake Wynn comes down pit road. With 19 laps left to go, Blake Wynn comes down pit road. We still have the battle for fourth with Silver, Sukup, and McRae. But what is going to happen here? Let's see. Does Wynn take tires, or does he go right back out and go back to work? Let's see, does that car come up? Yes, he's going to take right side tires. Surely he doesn't take lefts. Doesn't look like he's taking left tires, so just enough fuel to make it to the end. He's been in his pit stall for 23 seconds so far. When is he going to get back out on track? Almost 30 seconds. He is rapidly losing time, and Blake Wynn is away. Where is he going to come out on track? He still shows almost a lap ahead of Steven Rex. But here comes Rex. He's going to be charging around here shortly, showing about 8 seconds back from the race leader. Let's also pan back. Tyler McRae having a side-by-side battle with James Silvers. Travis Sukup trying to push his teammate up front and gain some more spots for their teams. What a wild night late at Dover. Blake Wynn able to come in for the short pit stop and maintain his race lead with about a 6-second gap over Steven Rex. And now the little weapon out on track after his lap 132 stop. He's got fresh right side tires and he's praying enough fuel to make it till the end here. As McRae and Sukup have worked up to 4th and 5th, working as a group, they have put a 1 second gap on Silvers already. Silvers once again maybe in fuel saving mode, running almost a full second slower his last time by than McRae and Sukup. The fuel mileage races we've seen here have been spectacular. McRae and Sukup still working nose to tail. They're about 10 seconds back from Matt Baer in the fast lane 420 machine. So I don't think we're going to see McRae and Sukup battle too much here, as they're going to try and work together to get up towards the front. And speaking of up front, Blake Wynn still holding a 6.2 second margin. And it looks like he's catching McRae and Sukup right nose to tail, as he was about 2/10 faster his last time by. Still absolutely holding it down. Now that last time by, Rex was almost a 10th faster than Wynn, but with 9 laps left to go, he has a whole lot of ground to make up if he wants to catch the little weapon in action. Now Blake Wynn, the little weapon, not to be confused with Tyler Evans, the weapon. Two different drivers. And again, this is the battle for 4th, McRae and Sukup. About 3 seconds ahead of your race leader. And they're going to fight as hard as they can to stay on the lead lap here in the closing moments here at Dover for the Team Goon Squad Pro Street Stock Series, sponsored by Tri-E Coolers. Just behind the battle for fourth, there is Blake Wynn watching and waiting to see what's going to happen. Now Wynn in no hurry here. He knows he has a comfortable margin with 3 laps left to go to bring it home towards the end. The field's been pretty static here. The 2 closest drivers on track are McRae and Sukup running 4th and 5th. McRae in the number 99 with the red numbers and Sukup in the 145 with the orange and yellow numbers. Both drivers sporting a little bit of battle-worn bodywork on the right side of those dropping bombs machines. But 2 laps left to go, and Blake Wynn looking good here to bring home his 2nd Pro Series debut. He may be able to make it 2 for 2 in each appearance he has out on track. White flag will fly for Blake the Little Weapon Wynn. And yeah, I think he's going to play it safe here and not want to get tied up with the dropping bombs cars in front of him. No need to push excessively hard. Now I say that he's only about 3/10 off his fastest lap of the race, but that could be attributed to tire wear. He only took right that last pit stop. But here you are, ladies and gentlemen. The winner at Dover will be a Blake Wynn in the 007 Fast Lane machine, making it 2 for 2. Stephen Rex will bring home 2nd. And here comes Matt Bear. He will be your 3rd place finisher as he's tied up with traffic. Great race from all these drivers as Wynn going to let that back end step out as he celebrates to our crowd here today. And Blake Wynn with a well-deserved victory. Burning it down in style for our fans here at Dover. Well done, Blake Wynn, making it 2 for 2 in his Pro Series events. And picking up some points for our friends over at Fastlane Motorsports. As always, there's Matt Bear, his teammate, coming to celebrate as well. Join the team shenanigans. As always, on behalf of Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, the entirety of the Pro Street Stock family, as well as Tri-E Coolers coming on board for this season, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you same time, same place next week. Have a great night, everyone.